For a squat, just be careful. You don't want to injure yourself. Deadlifts and squats, you can injure yourself if you do improper form. So just be careful. You don't have to do these movements. They're the highest risk, but they do produce really good, you know, quality results. Anyways, with the squat, get it situated on your shoulders, and then you're gonna press up with your hips to get it off the mount. One step, two step, three steps back. Situate your feet about shoulder distance apart wherever it's comfortable. Slow, controlled down to where your legs are at about a 90 degrees. You're kind of gonna sit back, and then you're gonna jump as if you're trying to jump through the roof. You're going to squeeze your glutes forward. So you're going to contract your glutes, push your hips forward, and push your back up against the bar, trying to move the bar completely vertically. That's how you do your squat. This is your conventional deadlift. Basically, you're going to situate yourself with your shins against the bar, similar to how my form is, shoulders and hands in line with each other. You're going to sit your butt back, drive with your thighs, find your sticking point basically, which is where you want to fire your legs and fire all the movements. You want to think of a deadlift, it's as thighs and then hips and then lower back, and you kind of incorporate into one movement. Now I switched to sumo, which is more hip glute dominant, toes facing the plates. You're going to sit back the same way, fire the thighs and then the hips and then the back. Pretty fun stuff. You can do a conventional grip, hook grip. Just be careful. Okay, guys, this is the hip thruster. You can also use a barbell or a dumbbell, depending what your gym has or if you're at home. This is going to focus primarily on your glutes. It'll hit a little bit of hips as well, but definitely primarily glutes. Get yourself situated, and with the weight, you're going to let it, drop your hips and then squeeze your glutes on the drive up. This is going to give you that dump truck 9000. Most of your power, it honestly comes from your glutes and leg drive. So this is a fantastic movement for building your legs, just building size, muscle, as well as power. All right, guys, this is the hip adductor, so the inner portion of your hips, very important for leg power as well as building size, muscle. You get in there, get satiated, give it the furthest stretch you can, as if you're doing the splits as far as you can go. Slow on the way back, and then contract, focusing on using your hips, focusing on growing that muscle that it takes, that hip adductor, and hit it for about a 3 by 10. Up the weight as much as you can, progressive overload every time, and this is going to increase your power and muscle in your legs, guys. All right, guys, this is the hip abductor. We're going to be focusing primarily on the back portion of the hips. Obviously, it's going to touch a little bit of glutes. You start with your legs together and contract them outwards. Try and go slower, more controlled. I'm going very fast in this video just because I'm trying to pump content out. But this is the hip abductor, important movement. In all my programs, we're hitting every muscle of the body on that certain day. So this one's included. All right, guys, these are your calf raises. I start with them, with the forward calf raise. As you can see here, focus, slow, controlled, using your calf. Like, don't use thighs, don't cheat, go all the way down, all the way up. And then you can see I outvert or extrovert my ankles to where my toes are pointed inwards, my heels are more outwards, and you're hitting a different part of the calf this way. Go slower than I am, more controlled. You're really going to feel the burn on these guys, I promise you. And again, now I'm inverted, toes facing outwards. I'm doing them weighted. You don't have to do weighted. Beware, these will work your calves. And if you're new, you might have a little bit of trouble walking the next day. Same with all of these. You might have a little bit of trouble with hypertrophy and being sore. But once you do it more and more and more and more, you're going to get used to it. You're going to feel great. And you're going to look great. Hamstring curls. So I get in line nice and tight. You want to line that bar up where it feels comfortable, where you can get the best stretch on your hamstring all the way out all the way in, slow and controlled, great hypertrophy. And this is going to grow that back portion of your thighs, the hamstring. Very important muscle. You know the deal. We all want to look juicy and great and be strong. So that's the hamstring curl. All right, y'all. I have for you here the leg extension. This is going to hit your quads all the way back. You want that bar in a good position on your feet where you can get a full contraction. You typically want your butt against the seat nice and tight so you're not cheating. Get a great contraction on that quad. You really want to feel it. Just pump that quad, get it nice and big and juicy. One of my favorite exercises right here, guys. Any order you can do these in, just want to have a good time in your workout, enjoy it, and get a good pump in with great hypertrophy. This one here is a new movement for me. I believe it's called the hack squat, but again, when you're squatting, you want them knees, butt, ankles to be at around a 90 so you can hit your depth. If it feels bad on your knees, don't do it. You're doing something wrong. So, we're firing, pushing off the ground, and then firing the hips. This is great for quads and hips and glutes. Fantastic movement. Very important for growing your legs, guys. Have fun, man. Enjoy your workouts. Get big.